In the rolling countryside south of Cambridge lies Gog Magog Hills Farm Shop, a small family-run business that has won awards for its food products. Managing Director Charles Bradford is focused on growing the business with the help of his action business coach, Rich Wainwright.
Actually, in the early days, I looked at the place as just being a massive opportunity. You know, when people come up here and they look around and they say, oh wow, you know, we really like this. I really wish that I could show them what it used to be like. And really now how close this is. In fact, it's exceeded kind of my vision in the early days. I mean, people thought I was a bit crazy, to be honest, but I kind of always spoke and described the business much more than it ever was. And it seems that we've met and exceeded actually the way that I used to talk about it. So there was always definitely a goal or a vision in the back of my mind for it. I think the feel of the business is incredibly important, incredibly. It's so easy to overlook that. Whether it's the look of the buildings, whether it's the way the signs have been written, even down to the plants that are outside, it's just lots and lots of little details that sort of pulls it all together. Coaching has played a good part and has been a great benefit for us as a business. It has allowed me to have a sort of a sounding board amongst other things, and then it just allowed me to, in my own mind, start sorting through this noise, this mess that was around me, just finding the most important things that really needed addressing.
Charles was very busy in the organisation, to the point where I would pop down and see him clearing tables and maybe serving a coffee or talking to customers. And for the business to move forward to achieve the kind of growth he was looking for, Charles needed to concentrate to free himself up from the day-to-day activities of working in the business to actually work on it.
One of the first things that we actually looked at was the way that we communicated with each other. And I mean, I just thought that was absolutely ridiculous, of course. But there again, that's just by my nature. I go around like a bull in a china shop a lot of the time, and I don't necessarily appreciate actually how other people perceive that or how they even really sort of communicate with me, and I get quite frustrated with them. So that was very, very interesting.
It's quite apparent early on that Charles has got a strong, driven personality profile and communication profile. He likes to get things done, and he likes to get things done quickly. Not everyone has that kind of personality or communication style, and I think Charles had found it frustrating looking around his team and not seeing people who necessarily communicate in his way. So when we did some work on communication profiling and helped Charles understand his profile and then the profiles of other people around him, it became easier for Charles to understand where they were coming from and to understand their reaction from where he comes from.
There's a number of the team who are so good at what they do. They're so skilled in their abilities that their focus on detail is incredible. My detail, you know, I'm all about headlines, and so just understanding that the way, you know, they need time to think about things, they need time to digest things, and then they will execute it far better than I ever could. Equally, I don't want time, you know, I want to do things immediately, and I think it's understanding those sort of differences, and I think it's about finding that middle ground, and crikey, you can get some much better results when you understand that, and you understand that people do talk and think in different ways. It must have impacted the bottom line. In fact, it has impacted. It's been hand in hand with the growth of the business.
What we know is that team members are more motivated when they have some autonomy over what they do, that they're mastering what they do, and that what they're doing is connected to something that's a little bit bigger than them. There's some vision and purpose to what they do. So obviously, as we started delegating more senior tasks down into the team and giving them the autonomy to do that, then they became happier in their roles and started performing even better.
I'm always quite surprised when I mention to people that I have a business coach, and typically the answer is, well, you've built this all yourself. You know, you well, you don't need anyone to be able to tell you this. You've got all of that, you understand that. Because what they don't understand is the stuff that I really don't know, or the frustrations that are there, and to have somebody that is there by you that you can refer to and talk to is so important. You look at the best business people in the world, you're under the impression that it's all about them, but they've got a great team of people around them. Whether that is their accountant, their financial advisors, their business coach. I expressed a lot of frustration in lack of numbers and lack of seeing actually what was going on. And although, of course, just by my nature, I wanted a very, very quick fix, we spent a lot of time actually getting underneath the skin of the numbers and creating essentially a dashboard so that I could actually see what was going on. And I think the key thing was that because someone else hadn't just come in and created it, I actually understood what was going on, and I didn't understand what was going on before. And it was just every week we'll be just adding another element to it.
It's the same with a lot of businesses. They may know what's in the bank, but they may not know what's coming. So very quickly we put a cash flow forecast into place, be able to understand what money was coming in and out of the business and how that was likely to change going forward.
Relatively quickly it went from having no visibility to then every week knowing all the details of what was going on within the business. And the fact that I'd actually created it myself through the coaching just gave it much greater understanding.
It's phenomenal to be walking around other retail establishments in Cambridge and see people carrying Gog Magog bags. It's great to see that people are very proud of being part of the story down here, and it is that story that's so powerful, which is propelling the brand.